If you watched my last video, you'll know I said something that can feel really uncomfortable. You're probably not waiting for clarity, you're waiting for certainty. So the obvious question becomes, how do I move when I don't have it? Because knowing something needs to change doesn't magically make it easier. In fact, sometimes it makes it harder. Once you've seen the truth, you can't unsee it. You can distract yourself, you can postpone the decision, you can keep yourself busy all day, but somewhere underneath it all, you still know. That's why this phase feels so exhausting. You're not fighting the decision anymore, you're fighting yourself. And most people think they need more information, another conversation, another opinion, another sign from the universe, another 6 months to think about it. But often, none of those things change anything because information isn't what's missing. Safety is. Your nervous system is trying to protect you. It's saying, if we don't move, at least we know what happens, because the unknown feels dangerous, even if what's familiar is making you miserable. That's why I don't usually invite women to ask, what should I do? Instead, I ask something much quieter. What have you quietly known for a long time? Not what fear is shouting today, what you've known underneath all the noise. Maybe you've known this relationship is over. Maybe you've known this career isn't yours anymore. Maybe you've known you're shrinking yourself just to keep everyone else comfortable. You don't need to force yourself into action today. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stop arguing with what you already know. Just let yourself acknowledge it without fixing it, without rushing it, without demanding certainty before you're allowed to believe yourself. Because something shifts when you stop trying to convince yourself you're wrong. Your energy stops being spent on denial. It becomes available for whatever comes next. In my threshold framework, this is why orientation matters so much. When you understand you're standing at the edge, you stop thinking you've failed because you're scared. Fear doesn't mean you're making the wrong decision. Fear often means your nervous system is standing at the edge of everything familiar. And that's completely human. The goal isn't to become fearless. The goal is to stay connected to yourself while fear is present. To let fear come with you instead of letting it drive. Because confidence rarely comes before the decision. More often, confidence is something that grows because you honored what you already knew. So if you're in that place today, be gentle with yourself. You don't need the whole future mapped out. You don't need someone else to give you permission. You don't need certainty before you're allowed to trust your own experience. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is simply stop pretending you don't already know. Because your life doesn't begin when certainty arrives. It begins the moment you stop abandoning yourself while waiting.